Okay, I think that I figured out the Bitcoin channels. Hold on, let me drag it where you can see the candlestick bodies. Alright, so this is about the last year. And, alright, let me do the basic theory, the cycle theory thing that everyone's been talking about, which is pretty much every fourth year, around the end of the year, you're going to make a parabolic, like, peak, right? So, just running out to December somewhere, we would make like a parabolic peak. So the cycle theory says we just explode up parabolically into December somewhere, probably breaking 100 this year, right? That's the parabolic theory that almost everyone that talks about Bitcoin, like the rainbow charts, the cycle theory, the Bitcoin halving, all that stuff, like that's what everyone's going to say. Um, that has not happened this year. And also, everybody says like Bitcoin just doesn't follow technical analysis, which Bitcoin has followed technical analysis better than almost anything else for the past several years. And I'll show you, I'll go back in the history and show you this chart, which is very simple and kind of obvious, but I haven't seen anybody else do this. Um, I'll show you this chart. But right now, anyway, where we are now is we are in a bear channel on Bitcoin, and yet we can break out of the bear channel now. But let me just go over like what's happening now and what I see immediately. Because, well, I mean, if you just go back like to last year and then coming into this year, like we're just finding long-term support here, right? And then we're just like blasting through levels on bull channels here, like just bulling, 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 bulling. Um, which is normal for Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin just bulls like that. But this topping pattern, Bitcoin's never done a topping pattern like this. And it looked weird, and I called it out, I don't know, 4 months ago or something, as just like an Elliott ending diagonal. This is an Elliott ending diagonal pattern. And I sold all of my Bitcoin on this ending diagonal, and I started talking about getting puts. I got puts like pretty close to the top, but I got like shorter term puts. I didn't actually trade it that well, but I was really spot on the ending diagonal. But now, like, this is not what I thought it was going to do. I thought that we were going to pull down, and then I thought we were going to continue the cycle theory and just like break 100 somewhere. Um, but what we did is we just consolidated down into a bear channel, and we did this entire consolidation, which everyone's saying is like a Wyckoff consolidation, which it's not. This is not a Wyckoff consolidation. Like a Wyckoff theory is, well, I mean, you come down, but then you immediately make a high, right? And you consolidate, you make a low, you consolidate, and then you stab. And then you climb, and then you go into a bull pattern, right? Um, we didn't do that at all. We just fell into a bear channel, and we just consolidated in a bear channel. And so so just look here. Like the first stab is just a crisscross on a bear channel. This entire topping pattern is just two crisscrosses on a bear channel. This whole thing everyone was calling a Wyckoff consolidation. That's a couple crisscrosses on a bear channel, right? Then we popped. We popped through two bear channels here on the way up, but all we did was like hit our head on the bull channel, get rejected, and now we've fallen back into the bear channel and rejected. So, I mean, just short term, like this is the obvious spot, which is what? The end of the month, September 30 at 36-ish, 36 and a half. Like this looks like the spot where you would pick up support from the bear channel and the bull channel. But like this is a pretty decent rejection. Like I think the odds of breaking through that is bigger than bouncing. Plus, asymmetrically, like bouncing is almost flat and breaking through is vertical. So I have sold all of my Bitcoin. Well, I sold all of my Bitcoin here, and then I called it on this stab. Like I did puts. I sold it and did puts here. I called it here, which is like pretty good. I didn't trade it that well. Um, this consolidation I did awesome. Like I bought this stab and then I sold it here. But so I'm just out of Bitcoin until this rejection off of the bear channel. I just started getting puts, which everyone once again is going to say I'm crazy. Like if you go to my last Bitcoin video, I'm up here at this top saying this is a ending diagonal that's going to rip to the downside, and look in the comments, like people are just saying I'm insane. But this is not as dramatic. This is just a bear channel, but I think it's like 70% chance we continue here, and then once you get here, I don't know, it's like a coin flip maybe, like a coin flip of, kind of just flatting out here or diving to the next one. And so I think that's asymmetrically used. Look at this mess. I think that's asymmetrically useful for like a put here, and that's what I'm doing. And this is not investment advice. Smack the like button, all that. Subscribe if you like. But let me go out to the longer term. This is a really cool thing that I have never seen on anyone else's channels. And I'm just on a daily chart here, and I'm on a log scale. So usually if people do a long-term chart, they do a weekly scale, which like it doesn't really fit that well. But if you do a daily log scale on Bitcoin and just scroll a bit, you can just see like all the way back. Like this is the 17, 18 top, our last top, which was at 20, right? So I have a line here at 20. Like if we get in a weird thing, like maybe we stabbed to 20, I can't imagine it going lower than 20. Like I think we might just consolidate down into support, which is the dead opposite of every person that's saying cycle theory. Like there's only two things that I've heard anyone say. Like 70-80% of people say we're just going to explode to the upside over 100 by the end of the year, which is not what the technical pattern is saying at all. Although I like the theory. And then other people are just like, oh, Bitcoin, blah, 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 it's going to like head to zero, which is like there's no theory or targets or anything. Anyone that says that is just saying that. But yeah, anyway, this space here around 30 is going to be a long-term support channel. And we've almost never stabbed through it except for the COVID crash, which is just a kind of a weird thing. Like, it's a blip on every chart. But, I mean, since forever on Bitcoin, like even the very beginning of Bitcoin, it's tagging this trend line. And it took off. And then this is the 2013 bubble. Like, this is when I was first trading Bitcoin. And I got out of it pretty close to the top here, and then just like forgot about it. I was like, oh well, cool, that's over, forget about Bitcoin, and then and then people at work are just like, Bitcoin's at 20,000. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm like, wait a second, do I have Bitcoin? I'm like going back trying to find my wallets to see if I had Bitcoin, but I traded out of it like here and just forgot about it. But yeah, I mean, this is a bull trend line for Bitcoin that has held the entire time. Even the COVID crash just stabbed through it and came right back to it. Like, this is our massive support trend line for Bitcoin here, and it's right now it's around 30. So if we do a huge bear stab, like 30 is the real support. Maybe you could stick through it, but if it goes past 30, like definitely I'm gonna be going all in on like call options. But ignoring this huge mess, just now we're at the top of a bear channel. We got rejected off the bull channel, off the bear channel. We're turning over. We're going down. It's just going down now. Sorry everybody that doesn't want me to hear like whatever. Bitcoin technically is rejecting to the downside right now. And the downside target's not that low. It's just here. It's just here. It's 36, like what? Like next week. Like I think it'll pull down to like 36 next week. And then at that point, the upside, I think the upside's a little muted because it's got to get out of this bear channel. Like it has to climb out of here. So when you see, here's a good thing to talk about. Like when you see, people draw like a big like triangle. It's like, oh, this is a bull flag consolidation thing. Like what's actually happening is you're just like you're topping out on your bull channel, right? And you're switching into reacting on the bear channels. And so you'll consolidate like this. Like you'll consolidate in this channel and this channel, like pull down, like climb through some bear channels. But yeah, like you could draw like a triangle around this stuff if you want. Like you can draw, like it does kind of look like a triangle. And it does sort of consolidate down. But just what it's really doing is you're just consolidating in the bear channel, and you're just trying to climb through the bear channels to get back into bullish territory. And so right now we're still in a bear channel. So if we can climb out now, so here's like a super bullish target is we climb out and go to here. Like at that point, I feel like we're out of the bear channel and we could really bull. Right now we're inside of this bear channel. And I think the bottom of that bear channel is the most likely spot. At which point we could bull out. Yeah, but like I think you'll have almost an entire month to see if we are bulling out and re-enter a bullish trade there. But if we break through this level, like I think we're going all the way back to support, like maybe around here. And I think I've never seen somebody call this, but let me call it the end of October 27 on Bitcoin. And this is just a pretty generic kind of bull flag consolidation. Like we rolled, we came down, we came up, just come down into this middle channel, pick up support. It's a completely generic kind of bull flag consolidation. Super just technical analysis, nothing to do with the cycle theory. And that would put Bitcoin in a weird spot because, the 4-year cycle, all of that stuff is supposed to like be like exploding to the upside like into December, but like this channel just says blah, we're just in a bear channel for like another month. We pick up support, like we're not just gonna explode to the upside. Like maybe December, January somewhere, you can bounce in here. Then we get out of the bear channel, maybe February. I've never heard anyone say February 2020 Bitcoin takes off, but that's a pretty generic kind of chart here for Bitcoin. Is just kind of consolidate for a couple months, maybe pick up support here, maybe do some weird stuff that freaks people out. No big deal. And I don't know, maybe here, like Feb 2022, February next year, maybe February next year is the next time that we are just free and open to pump through some bull channels again. And that is a completely different look at Bitcoin than I've seen from anyone else. And that has nothing to do with the theory. Like, I love the cycle theory, but it's not happening. Like, that's just straight up not happening. Like, this is a super obvious technical ending diagonal. It absolutely pulled down into a bear channel. We're still in a bear channel. So we can completely climb out of this bear channel right here, or we can pull down to the main support. Like either one of these is likely. It's almost 50-50, but I think we're gonna pull down to like 36 or something short term, and then we'll see if we fall through, and then people will be freaking out. That's when I'm gonna be buying like crazy. And if we stab, that's when you sell your mom's house. and get call options if we like came down to the 20. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Like I think we're just gonna consolidate here on this bull channel or here on this bull channel. But I just don't think we're gonna take off now, which is what a lot of people are saying. This is a huge miss. That's what I think's happening with Bitcoin. And also, yeah, if you're on TradingView messing with these charts, this is my favorite way to do it. I think this fits the best as you put it on dailies, you put it on log, and it fits really well. Like over several years, you have to scroll a bit, but it hugs the trend lines really well. You know, because Bitcoin has taken off parabolically, but once you put it on log scale, it just kind of flattens it out where the straight lines fit. So this is cool. And yeah, I guess that's it. I guess that's it for Bitcoin. I mean, sometimes I like check in on Ethereum, and Ethereum is doing something similar. It's just doing a sort of similar consolidations. It seems to be a less bearish spot, but they seem to follow each other, so I like looking at the Ethereum chart. But similar kind of thing with Ethereum. It just like bulled out, and now it's consolidating in bear channels. But this is just like a bull flag. You just call it a bull flag. You just consolidate like a little bit down and sideways and climb through the bear channels, and then you can take off again. I'll do a whole S&P video after this, but let me just pop over and look at it because Bitcoin has been behaving completely like a risk asset lately. But the S&P, just to point this out, like our super long 12-13 year bull channel here on the S&P, like we just ripped all the way to the top, and we just did a rollover rejection off the top of the bull channel. And so this is the area where the S&P becomes non-profitable and potentially dangerous. And we got enough reactions where I can try to paint channels. It's a little early to paint bear channels, but I think we're coming into bear channels on the S&P. So that look affecting Bitcoin, I don't know. Like this is bear channels that could drag out for 1 or 2 years on the S&P. You know, where we're kind of doing bull flag stuff, but a bull flag on the S&P could be like 2 years of this stuff. We've only come like halfway down to the midpoint in the channel. Like that's a good target. You know, like on the S&P, same kind of thing. Like around here or here, like mid channel is a place to really check in on the S&P. Like we could come here. That would be a place to be really scared because boom or boom, downside targets. Just like flipping back, I didn't mean to do like an S&P video here, but like if you go back, the last time we were at the top of this bull channel was in like 2014. And if you go way back to like the 2008 crash, we tagged the top of it once or twice. Oh wow, that's a ton of volume. 2011. So yeah, just kind of the action on the top of the bull channel on the general stock market is like, I mean, you can get up and just stick in the top of the bull channel for a couple of years, tap it, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times or something. If this will load, yeah, here we go. So this is the 2008 crash where we picked up this channel, and then you can see here, like one tap crossed the whole channel, right? 1, 2 taps crossed the whole channel. Then there's like, you know, this 6 tap kind of rollover thing here. So that's the kind of activity that you get when you get to the top of the bull channel. Like it has never broken out of the bull channel, and that might be by design. Like when you get into that area, that's where banks stop making margin loans. You know, the government stops like buying up bad bank assets because you're at the top of the range. And then they would like to keep it up there, but then you'll have a problem, and then you got to go back into quantitative easing or whatever. But like this right here, this rejection here is where the banks and the government stop propping the market, and you can just see. I mean, you can see like this hot like little channel that we were in, and we fell out, and then we came in weak, boom, fell out. So like, there's really no support here. Like, we're just in bear channels, and this is a huge old school bull channel that we're just falling, consolidating down in right now. Is what it looks like to me. So I'm bearish the stock market and Bitcoin right now. And that's why I needed to make a video, because that's a switch. Like, it's been bullish, bullish, bullish for like for a while, with risk, but now the technicals have flipped, and so whatever. I'll look at some other charts. Like, there's a bunch of random charts that are coming into kind of bullish formations, but the general market and cryptos aren't. They don't look that good. So anyway, that's kind of the check-in, and good luck on the crypto trading. Oh, I want to do a video on Ledger X, and people were asking me about Ledger X. Ledger X has Ethereum call options now, or put options also. But there's Ethereum option trading on Ledger X, which is cool, and people are just asking me kind of how to close out option trades, which is pretty simple. I can show you that stuff. Yeah, anyway, that's the outlook. Not investment advice. Tap the like and subscribe, and tell me I'm wrong. Tell me what's going to happen. Happy trading.